Okay, y'all, so this is your video for your elegy, which is the next poem we're going to write. So let's get right into it. So what is an elegy? It is a sad poem, usually showing grief towards someone that you have lost, or someone that how you would feel if you did lose them. So it could be someone that you know personally or someone that you admire that everyone knows. But simply it mourns the passing of life and beauty. And if you don't have anyone that you have lost, you can do the poem on someone on how you would feel if you did lose them, right? There is no actual format for a elegy. It's really up to you. I will give you some requirements because this is an assignment. Just also remember that we're going to be using imagery, some figurative languages, and just make sure you can also talk about their accomplishments, and then also focus on how those accomplishments will be because we have lost that person. This is a famous elegy written by Walt Whitman. It's about Langston, not Langston Hughes, but Abraham Lincoln, right after the end of not World War II. Oh my God, y'all. After Civil War. So I'm going to read the first stanza and then we'll talk a little bit about it. It says, "Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. The people all exulting. While follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh, heart, 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 oh, the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead." Because y'all know, pretty soon after the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln was shot. And so Walt Whitman wrote this elegy in an epitaph of him and all the great things that he did, and how he kept the Union together. And the ship represents the United States. And you can pause this and read the rest of the poem if you would like, as well as this is kind of an example, give you some more insight about the poem. So you can go back and look at the poem again after you've read this. The poem refers to the fallen captain as father, which the president was considered the father of the Union, right? So there's a lot of other imagery, phrases that really, cast the shadow of how great this was happening, but also the death of who we lost. I also want to share one poem that I wrote right after we lost Maya Angelou, because she was inspiration to me. And so after that, I wrote this elegy to her. I took references from her very first biography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and incorporated that into the poem. So here's that poem. You're welcome to read it. I'll read a little bit of it for you. Poor black girl from Arkansas, you are still my hero. Sashaying through life, mute for a year after being raped. You should You should never have amounted too much of anything. You should never have amounted too much of anything. But thanks to strong influences, did exactly what you want. You left behind a hole that will never be filled. The true Renaissance woman of my generation. You taught us we can be what we want. Train porter, dancer, singer, actor, writer, teacher, mentor, daughter, sister, mother, wife, auntie, and friend. So many titles that cannot and will never sum up what you truly became. The caged bird that escaped and sang of freedom. A caged bird sings for all it's worth, trapped on all accounts, but still you sang. Beat from the outside, but still you sang. Told you would never fly, but still you sang. Fought your way through the mud, but still you sang. Starved of nourishment, but still you sang. Tweet, tweet, tweet. And still you sing. The caged bird that escaped and sang of freedom. All right. So your requirements for your elegy is it has to be at least 15 lines. It has to have at least 5 words per line. You need to use at least 2 figurative languages in it. That could be similes, metaphors, imageries, personifications. It's completely up to you. You must try to use at least one sound device, like onomatopoeia. And just make sure it overall expresses the sadness of the loss of someone you admired. So I'll be uploading this video for y'all and hope it's all good. Let me exit out of here. And y'all just always remember, if you have any questions, you can always email me.